95.7 The Hog. It's the Morning Hog Show. That dude is Guy. I am Riggs. This right here is the Friday morning brew review. That's Vinny from SR Perrott. Shoot it. Yeah, SR Perrott. Let's hear from Vinny. Hey,
what's up, guys? How we doing today? Thanks for having me back again.
And logo takes a beating and keeps on ticking, man. Vinny, oh, God, there's people behind you.
Oh,
Introduce your special guest.
Oh, I forgot. We have people.
Yeah.
This is Moonrise Brewing. So
Moonrise Brewing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and introduce Vance. Let him go ahead and introduce everybody else.
This is Ben and Ashley, my partners. This is good radio silence to start off with. I'm the head brewer over there, and Ben and Ashley run the front of the house. We're located at European Village up in Palm Coast. And we're just getting started. We just started selling our own beer in May, so we're just getting going here. We're looking forward to many years of brewing delicious beer.
Really? We're getting these guys fresh.
Fresh as in fresh.
I like it. Okay, that's good. And I know you brought fresh beer. I can't wait to get into it. Tell us some more about when you guys are we're on the cutting floor right here. We're right on the first floor, the beginning of a brand new thing, right?
Well, it all starts with a great relationship between your distributor and your brewer. And so what happens is you have other distributors, and we all have to get together and sit down and talk, and we all have to make him think that we're going to be great for him until they sign the contract. But no, I'm just kidding. We're all good.
Behavior.
So we all have to sit down, and it's up to them to decide who they're going to be with, because when you sign with a distributor, it's like a bad marriage. It's very hard to get out of it.
I get it.
And you end up losing a lot in the end.
Sure.
So that's why it's very important for them to sit down and figure out who they're going to go with. And fortunately, I'm pretty excited. They chose SR Perrott, so we're excited about that. They are selling in their own house right now, so we're looking at about a month and a half before we get everything ready to go. And it might be better to voice that too, instead of just shaking your head, because on the radio it's hard to see. So
talking is good.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to letting them grow organically. So, and we're very patient. So if they can only give me 5 kegs a month, then they give me 5 kegs a month. If they give me 20 kegs a month, they give me 20 kegs a month. Beautiful. If they give me 5,000 kegs a month, I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
So we're all good.
Everything
all set. So
we'll put one in here.
Absolutely. Yeah. But no, it's exciting to be on the ground floor of these guys. So and work with them and being the first one in Flagler, correct? You guys are the first
brewery in Flagler.
Really
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're only brewing about 3.5 barrels a brew right now, but we're looking for more fermenters, bright tanks. Looking at expanding our brew house to up to 5 barrels. Because being at European Village in our location, room is a little bit of an issue there, space. But we still have a lot of room to expand at that location as well.
And it's a beautiful location. If you get a chance to get out there, they have great food, great beer. They carry their taps. They carry guest taps. You guys do trivia nights. You do all kinds of stuff out there, correct?
Yes.
Is it a prerequisite to have a huge beard when you brew? Because I notice a lot of the guys that come in here have really big beards.
Yes, it is.
Vance has been brewing for a while. That's why his beard is not huge. He's got it tamed down a little bit, so he's good to go. Hopefully one day you'll pull some yeast out of it like the guy did in Rogue, and we'll have a beer from Vance's beard.
I'll get with Mike, too, to see if he can put a beard on everybody who doesn't have one.
Absolutely. I think you would look scary with a beard.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I brought you guys some shirts. Unfortunately, we're a little low on inventory, so we only have some extra larges of both styles.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to buy them up.
That's more room for more beer right there. That's good. Thank you. Yes. Now, at the beginning, is there one beer? Was it one beer? You're like, all right, we're going for this thing, or do you have a bunch of ideas? You want to get them all going at once?
No, when we started, and we have the first 3 that we started with us, we wanted a lighter offering, a malty offering, and a hoppy offering. So we started with, I didn't want to just do a generic golden ale or blonde ale like most every brewery is doing. So we used the German ale yeast, and we did a Kolsch. Americanized it a little bit, used some American hops. There's a little bit of wheat in it, but it's a German ale yeast. So that's our lighter offering right now, is a German-style summertime ale. And then we have an IPA, of course, and that's featuring Eureka hops, which are very piney.
Okay.
Not the big West Coast grapefruit note like a lot of IPAs out there. I like the East Coast IPAs a little bit better. And then we have our brown ale, which is very malty, dark brown, a lot of roasted and toasted barley in there. And then we also brought with us our Nitro milk stout, which I'm very happy it came out very well. I'm real happy with that one.
Nice. Nitro milk stout.
Nitro. I'm
just
telling
love
you,
every bit of that.
It just cascades beautifully
love
when you're
it.
looking at it. You
Yeah.
wait, it comes up, and it's an amazing
No
flavor
special
profile.
effects needed for that beer.
No, because you can picture it. That all
Yeah.
in your mind.
Now, which one are we starting off with?
We're going to start off, I believe, with the Kolsch.
Let's start off with the Kolsch, just the
Okay.
lighter one. It won't kill
All
your
right.
palate.
Beautiful.
If you guys want to get a hold of them, you can call 386-627-8614.
You'll need a phone. All right, Vinny.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Tell me about when you first tried the brew from these guys, because you try everything.
Absolutely,
What,
I have to. I mean, if the brew is not good, then we're not going to want to work with them.
Yeah. What caught your attention first? Which one was it?
I'm going to be honest. I'm a big fan of the brown ale.
Yeah.
The Kolsch is great. The IPA is great, but I like my malty beers we had talked about
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
That brown ale is just amazing. And then when I had his Nitro milk stout, I had an experience right there in a chair. It was amazing. So I won't go over it, but we'll just say I had
We'll
a
now
plain
call
ale.
it the chair experience.
Absolutely, the chair experience.
I love it.
It was amazing. So this is the Kolsch, correct?
Yes, it is. This features Comet hops, which, when you read the description of the Comet hops, it's a little bit of lemon, little citrus note, but they have in quotes American Wild, which is why we named it Wild Comet.
Okay. American Wild.
we
Smells
also-
good.
Oh, it tastes better. Tastes better than it smells too, buddy.
Abs-
That's all. I get that.
Yeah, this is a
Wow.
real nice, clean, refreshing.
Holy crap.
We talked about the lawnmower beer before, right?
Yeah.
This is what you're looking at with that.
This is an anytime beer.
Absolutely. It's a great beer.
The only negative of brewing this is the German ale yeast takes a lot longer to flocculate than the American ale yeast, so it does take up a tank a little bit longer than most ales for being an ale.
So I flocculated before, but can you let the audience know what that means?
And this is our vocabulary builder word of the day. Flocculate. There it is. Tell us about flocculating.
When yeast is done fermenting and you crash cool it, gravity pulls all the sediment, the yeast particles, the hop particles, down to the bottom of the cone. Depending on the yeast strain, depends on the speed of which that happens. So
Okay.
an American ale yeast strain I usually work with, it's quick. I mean, 2 days cold, 3 days cold, it's clearing up. The beer is getting bright.
Really?
This one is still hazy, and this is a month old. So it's, but it's meant to be that way. It's just the style of it. But the this is fermented at the lowest temperature I ever fermented an ale at. Also, way down
Really?
at 56 degrees, which is almost in lager territory.
Wow.
So it's ale yeast, but it does act like a lager a little bit
Okay.
with its fermentation process and the amount of time it takes to flocculate.
So is it almost like a steam beer then, or is it?
I guess you could kind of compare it to something like that, but
Okay.
that's the flavor profile of the steam beer yeast is
A little bit different than this is a much cleaner,
Yeah.
easier on the palate
Yes.
flavor profile.
It's really, really good.
I had to pour
And there's
myself
a lot,
another one.
There's a lot
It is,
going
no,
on.
it is really good. I've never tasted a beer like this.
I will tell you, that's how you know the beer is great, because it disappears and we don't even know where it went. And
yeah.
guys just sitting over
I don't
there
know how
happy.
yours refills like that. Mine goes empty. But the American Wild, you said it, but there's something different in that. Is that a hop? What is that I'm getting there?
the number one determining factor of what your beer tastes like is the yeast strain.
Yeah.
You can add hops, different malts, and that character,
Okay.
but your yeast strain is what's creating the most flavors, and the slightest different temperature variations can also affect the flavor.
Yeah.
Like I fermented this at 56. If I fermented it at 65, it would be a completely different beer.
Okay.
It'd be a lot fruitier. When you get a Hefeweizen, you're fermenting that up at 72 degrees. You start getting the banana flavors and things like that. It's not like somebody's putting banana juice in there. It's just the ale yeast at that temperature creates fruit esters and those kind of flavor notes. And I didn't want them in this one. I wanted this one to almost be Pilsner-esque. Something crisp, something you can crush, keep the fruit flavors out of it, make it drinkable for our later offering. So I pushed it to its limits on how cold I could ferment this at. And it still fermented pretty quick. I was pretty impressed with the yeast strain.
Well, you did a damn good job. This is awesome.
What about the serving temperature too? Because I like it cold. Yeah,
We're not one like I got a lot of these twirling the mustache beer guys.
Or the beard, whichever.
We serve it as cold as our cooler will go.
Yeah.
So it's 34 degrees in our cold room,
Okay.
and we got the glycol line. So
Awesome.
we're not right now. I don't have a style where I want to serve it warmer than ice cold.
I get you.
There are a couple beers where the flavor profile changes a little bit as it warms up for the better.
Sure.
Usually in some darker beers, but what we're serving right now, it's serving it as cold as possible has been working.
If you want your beer warm, just let it sit there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, go walk around.
Absolutely.
Sip
Play
it,
some
go
ping
outside.
pong or something.
Yeah, do some stuff in your car.
Now, I like IPAs, but this would be a go-to for me. As soon as I walk in, I'd be like, I want that one again.
You have to have
Because it's different.
Yeah, and you have to have a lighter offering. You know, a lot of people come in groups, and half that group may not be into craft beer, and it's nice to be able to give them something lighter. That's not, a light beer,
right?
But something that they can appreciate as well.
Yeah.
Bring them on over, get them to drinking craft beer, bring them over to the other side. Because once you make the switch to drinking craft beer and start drinking regular, you can't go back.
Yeah.
Like there's no going back. At
It's very
that
true.
point.
There's no other beer that I've tasted that tastes like this. This is a standalone beer. It is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
And I'm an IPA guy, so
That is true. I was a little nervous with you drinking this one, and I'm glad you enjoyed
I'm almost ready to go get another one. But I know we have. Oh, okay.
There's a lot happening
rally.
there, and it's busy, and I like it. I like it busy. All right. Oh, a guy, if you're pouring more, go right ahead, because I know we have more beer to get to. But geez.
Absolutely.
All right.
gonna
All right.
take
What are we going to next, Vinny? What do you think this is going to be?
This should be
Let's go IPA.
the IPA.
Ah.
Okay, then I have to chug.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. That's not going to hurt you.
We got these cool growlers too. We got actually picked these out.
Yeah. Those are
Pretty-
outstanding.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
Wow. Now, are these when people come to your place? Are they?
They are available. We
They
have
can get yeah?
two different kinds right now. These
Awesome.
and well, I don't know what the other ones are called.
These are pop top. The other is like a twist off style.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Both
like
64
the pop
ounces.
top.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, I like how he poured that one.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? He's seen your body of work already. He knows what's happening. All right. So we are going IPA deep now.
And this one again is featuring Eureka hops. It's
Okay.
a newer hop strain. 2 years ago, it was experimental hop 05256. Now they named it Eureka with an exclamation point.
Okay.
They're very, very piney, but there is also a little citrus in there because there's some tomahawk hops in there as well. But it's mainly Eureka hops.
Okay. Was there a IPA that you were trying to mirror or something that you tried? You said, I want to try to make my own version of that. And
No,
do a
I
little
just-
something different.
I wanted to do something with these hops because I really like them. I love
Yeah.
I worked with them before when they were experimental hop. They send you whenever they have experimental hops. The hop farms will send you out some free samples.
Okay.
Send you. I did a pale ale with them years ago. I'm like, wow, these are something special.
Yeah.
Now that they're available, that's the big thing with hops is availability.
Yeah.
Can I get them to be able to mass produce a beer
Right.
with these hops? And now that they're available, we put them in our IPA because they're new and you're trying to do something different and not be like everybody else. So any kind of new hop that works, I'm trying to break away from using the same thing everybody else is using.
In most other instances in life, if something were experimental, you would not want to put it in your mouth, for one thing. But this is obviously different. I mean, there are things that are new that haven't been, tried, and it doesn't have a name. You find something that they put a label on it finally, and it's great.
It came out really well. I'm happy with it.
Guy already went back for his second sampling, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
That's
this
all right.
just the same.
That's all right.
I mean, this
We
is
don't,
definitely an IPA.
We don't count here, but if we were, there's the guy counter right there.
Right there, the guy counter.
Yep, there's the numbers. That meter just keeps running. Well, this is outstanding. There's a lot happening here. Not and I know you said piney, but is there anything else that I'm getting in here? Not fruit, but
It has a slight citrus taste to it.
Yeah, is it?
A lot of hops have that grapefruit note. There's a slight grapefruit note in this one. It's
Yeah.
not an extreme grapefruit note like a West Coast IPA, but most hops have a citrus note.
Okay.
So I've been laying off IPAs for a little while because I'm getting tired of shaving my tongue. But that's really good. That doesn't leave a lot of
It's not
of that
too
on your
bitter,
palate.
but it's got a nice hop flavor and hop aroma with the bitterness as well.
Absolutely. It's letting me know it's an IPA, but it's not smashing me in the face with it.
no.
I was just going to say that you have your starter IPAs and you have your ones that it's aggressive. This one is nice right down the middle.
Right in the
This
middle.
drink's like a session IPA,
Yeah.
but it still packs that 7%
Yeah, it's-
in
Yeah.
there, and it just goes down so smooth.
And I would call it a non-Kardashian, meaning that there's no bad back end.
I like that.
Trying to get the Kardashians to endorse the show. Anyway, that's great.
That's a bad way to do it.
And there's nothing. The finish is so kind. Uh-oh. There's something else coming out of the cooler.
And it looks big.
And darn, I have to chug.
All right.
Whoa, there we go.
That's a sound of
That's got some
success.
CO2.
For
I don't know
number
what
3.
This one is. This is spilling beer on your floor. It's gonna smell like beer in here.
I just spilled
Please.
it on my face.
That's why the studio is
This
set
the
up
brown,
this way.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Where are we next, Vinny?
This is brown ale. I'm not Vinny, but this
Oh
is
yeah,
brown
sorry,
ale.
Vince.
This I wanted to feature the malts. So it's
Okay.
featuring the toasted barley and the roasted barley.
Okay.
Is the main flavor you're
Oh,
going to
wow.
get from this.
Man,
You can fill mine up.
you don't
We
even
know
have
which
to-
one's your favorite.
You don't even have to get close to that one to get the aroma.
This is one of my favorites from these guys. Until
Ooh,
I had
wow.
until I had the milk stout, this was my favorite. I don't know though. Re-drinking that Kolsch, it's so hard. There again, everybody's like, "Hey, what's your favorite beer?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
How do you not know?
There are a
Well, it
lot.
depends on my day.
Yeah.
It depends on how I feel. It depends on if I'm upset or mad or if I'm happy, if I'm naked, if I'm dressed. It all depends.
Right.
So it depends on what I'm going to drink.
Right.
So like I was slamming the brown ales when they opened up.
Yeah.
Now I'm drinking that Kolsch going, damn, I like that Kolsch now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's that whole, depending
Sure.
on how your feelings are. It's like music, right?
Yeah.
When you're listening to music.
Yep.
How do you feel?
Yeah. Right now, I need some Corey Hart. Maybe I'm going to need Metallica later.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, what
I want some Umbach.
This is your This is your zone, though. This type of beer. What would
Yeah.
you put this with food wise? I know we talked about the
Food-wise,
food pairing.
barbecue, good burger,
Yeah.
something, yeah, some good barbecue chicken,
Right.
barbecue, a good piece of steak.
Yeah.
That'll bring that sweetness out, that caramelization. Really good, really good.
At the tap room and stuff. Do you guys ever put that into
Yes,
effect?
we're
Yeah.
trying to use our beer in a lot of our food choices, especially any of our sauces. Like our mustard is IPA mustard.
Yeah.
Our brown gravy has this brown ale in it. Like,
Okay.
And we're trying to do this more and more. Like when you look at our menu, eventually it'll be every item on the menu
Yeah.
has something to do with our beer.
Really?
created
Cool.
in there.
Can you tell them one of the greatest things I think I've had ever in a long time? The disco fries. Can you tell them what that is? I know it's a beer thing, but can
Growing
you tell
up
them
in
about?
New Jersey at 3 o'clock in the morning after you leave the bar and go to the diner, everybody gets disco fries, which are fries with brown gravy and mozzarella.
Oh,
So
wow.
Our chef did a take on that, so we serve that with homemade gravy with our brown ale, hand-cut fries. He does a little twist on it. There's a fried egg on top of all this, melted mozzarella on the top. It's delicious.
No,
it really is.
at
good.
2 a.m. That's an automatic. That's a no-brainer, right?
That's without a fork. You just dive into that with your whole face.
It's served in a trough.
How do you not sound like a Jersey guy then?
I've been in Florida since 2000. If I go back home to visit for a week and come back, I sound like a Jersey guy.
I want
Jersey guy, don't-
I am so coming to the tap room and catching you a few beers in. I want to hear some of that stuff.
He's
I
got
do
the
curse a lot.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good.
he's got the Jersey Shore thing.
One thing I do want to add with the food is we will be doing once a month beer tastings, or I'm sorry, a beer food
Pairing?
pairing dinners.
Okay.
With our chef, we have a great, very talented chef. His name's Chef MJ, and we're lucky to have him on it. But yeah, once a month we'll be doing beer pairing dinners.
Next
Absolutely.
one up in June is going to be a barbecue beer pairing dinner. It's going to be 5 courses, and each course will be paired with one of our beers. And also, the barbecue sauce will have that beer in it for every dish. So
I
that's
mean-
coming up in June. So you can find it on Facebook. We'll be announcing it really soon.
Can you imagine that? 5 courses?
A barbecue with the beer. With,
You know what I've eaten today? 3 peanut butter crackers.
What'd you pair them with?
Yeah. There you go. There you go. I'm about to pair them with something new. What are we getting into next?
We have the Dark Prince, our Nitro Milk Stout.
Oh, man. I heard
at
rumors.
the brewery, served at the brewery with the Nitro line, cascading. It's absolutely beautiful. Here in the growler, I did my best to make sure there was enough gas,
Yes.
CO2-wise and nitrogen. So it'll be a much better experience at the brewery.
All of these have already popped, so I
Oh, wow.
can only imagine what's happening there. Look at that. That's some action in that cup.
Oops. I need to clean everything up over here. I'm a beer spilling fool.
Listen,
all
you're,
right.
you're multitasking.
I have a guy that comes in and looks everything off.
We call him the mop boy. He used to work at an adult theater. We can't talk about that. Anyway, he's good at it, though. He gets it all cleaned up.
Yeah, he wants to be so much a part of it that he comes and run right afterwards and licks everything.
Looks
up.
everything up,
And
right?
he's a girl drink drunk,
Yeah.
so he is
I
hammered.
heard it's
by the
right
time.
afterwards, yeah.
It's
Okay.
right after the show. All right, so
This one's featuring, I wanted it to be creamy smooth, and when you get it served at the brewery with the Nitro line,
yeah,
mixed with, I used some flake barley, which adds some creaminess to it. The
Yeah.
lactose adds some creaminess, and of course the nitrogen adds some creaminess. When you get it served at the brewery, you can literally take your finger and scoop the head off of this thing, and it'll stay on your finger. Like it's
Wow.
a thick, creamy, frothy, foamy head.
Okay.
It goes down like a milkshake, and it's absolutely delicious served served, they're poured the right way.
I had an
It's
ex-girlfriend
also
like that.
the malty characteristic that you're tasting in this one is from a special roasted barley that's roasted in drums in small batches.
Okay.
So it's a pretty simple recipe, and it's got some black malt in it, obviously, to make it this color. But the main flavor characteristics is coming from an extra special drum roasted barley that I used.
I mean, it definitely is not too sweet, but it's sweet. It doesn't overpower.
Get some
you.
chocolate undertones there,
Right.
which I really like. We had talked before about the roasted barley. It's like coffee, depending on how they roast it, low heat, high heat, short, long. It's going to give it a different flavor profile, and different types of barley are going to bring out different flavors.
Yeah.
So that's what he's talking about, slow roasted in a drum, correct?
In a drum, yeah,
Okay.
small batch drum roast.
So they
barley.
continually rotate it as they're roasting it, correct?
Yes.
So it's evenly roasted all the way through. Okay.
What does the nitrous do? I've had the I guess those Guinness cans that have the
They're widgets.
Bulge
They're little
widget
ping
They
pong
things.
balls.
invented those,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, they actually invented nitrous beer. I just learned this the other day, last
Yeah.
night. The widget ping pong balls are actually filled with the nitrogen CO2 mix, and when you crack it open,
Yeah.
it releases the pressure, which releases that into the can, so
Okay.
you're able to drink it and cascade it out. So CO2, which you can back me on this, pretty much melds with the beer when you pour it in. That's why you get the nice bubbles and you get
Okay.
everything else. Where nitrogen doesn't. What it tries to do is get from the bottom of that glass to the top of that glass as fast as possible.
It is soluble. It's just not as much as CO2.
As CO2.
Yeah.
So you're going to get some of it in, but the rest of it's going to go to the top and create that creamy
Which
head.
is why in a growler we're not getting the effect of the nitrogen here.
But it's not just the visual effect, right? I mean, it actually can affect the taste.
it makes it really creates the creaminess and the really creamy foamy head that leaves like the mustache
Yeah.
on there.
The flavor's still good though.
But you can taste the profile out of this, and it's still a little bit creamy. So you can imagine this being this creamy without having a widget in there. And now try it on tap.
Yeah.
I mean, my mustache is just loaded when I'm all done
Yes.
drinking it because
Yeah.
it's amazing.
That's an impressive mustache you just developed right there. I didn't even see that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Beginning of the segment. Talk about putting hair on your chest. So this is another reason why you need to go to see you guys on location, right? I mean,
Our location is something special too. When we were originally looking to build this place, we were looking at industrial parks like other breweries, and
Yeah.
we went to European Village in Palm Coast, not knowing if we could maybe make that happen, have the room, be able to afford it, all that, because it is kind of an upscale place, and it all worked out and turned out awesome. And Ben would be able to talk about the tap room and what we're doing up there a little bit better than me.
Yeah, we have such a beautiful location in European Village in Palm Coast, and it's pretty awesome being the first brewery in Flagler County. And once you walk into the tap room, it's kind of this dark atmosphere, and with these handmade wooden tables, we built tables from raw cedar and planed it down, and yeah, they're just absolutely gorgeous. We have a game room where we have tons of board games, and we have a projector screen where we play lots of retro video games and play movies on there.
We have
And-
like every video game ever made.
Yeah, we do.
available to play there.
Yeah, and
that just sounds
it's
that just
great-
sounds like a full day of danger for me. Then beer and video games.
One of the best things they have is if you go into the men's room,
Yeah.
there's a painting.
Wait, let's all take a pause right there for just a second. All right, continue.
All right,
man.
okay.
Go right ahead.
So you go into
We're in
the men's
room.
You
Yeah.
go into the men's room, and there's a painting, and it's a painting of a van and a man down by a river sitting on it, and it's Chris Farley. So when you look at the painting, it's
Nice.
living in a van down by the river. I almost,
Respect.
I almost,
so much respect.
It was amazing. I almost missed the urinal. It was so funny. I was laughing at it. But
By the way,
it
Chris
was great.
Farley, amazingly small hands.
Very small hands.
fact.
Very small hands.
Fun
Big
fact.
guy, little hands. I just don't understand how that happens. It's a genetic thing.
So there's a lot of nuances in the place too.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
great when you walk in there. They, their theme is, of course, the moon, and then also Tara. That's the what do you call that?
Tarot.
Tarot. You have the
Not just
tarot situation.
But,
Yeah.
we combined everything.
Mystical.
Like I'm in the astronomy, and these guys are in the herbalism and mystical things and things like that. And when our logo and the theme of our company kind of combines both these things. The science.
Before I
and
forget, and we run out of time. Speaking of astronomy, you guys have something to do with NASA now?
Yeah, well, when we went up, I rent this cabin and just in Saluda, North Carolina. It's absolutely gorgeous up there.
Wait,
The
hold on.
Blackberry.
Here's another pause moment. I rent this cabin. Everybody writes their own story. Okay, now go ahead. All right.
They hold the Blackberry. It's up there in Saluda, North Carolina, and it's got this view that's absolutely just amazing. You don't want to do anything else when you're out there except sit there and look at this view and drink beer. And I've been going up there for a while, and me, Ben, and Ashley went up there to discuss this new business operation, and I had never met the owner, just talked to him on VRBO or whatever that webpage is for rentals, and I left him some growlers as a thank you, and he drank them with his fraternity brothers. They went up there, they get up there, and they get together every now and then, and he really loved it. And then I found out what he does. His name is David Ashley. He is actually the director for Buzz Aldrin's Share Space Foundation.
Wow.
So he came down to the brewery, and we talked about possibly doing something with them. So this year is the 49th anniversary of the Apollo 11 landing. They're combining all the other Apollo landings and the Gemini and Mercury missions into this big gala this year, because next year is the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. And we're the official beer supplier and beer sponsor for this gala event. We get to go down there on July 20th and 21st.
Wow.
Meet all these Apollo astronauts and all these modern astronauts. And it's a black tie affair under a Saturn V rocket, and we're really excited about it. It's sharespace.org, and they're still trying to sell a couple tickets to this gala, and they're doing really great things over there as far as trying to promote space exploration. I know Buzz Aldrin's all about going to Mars now. I don't think he's too concerned with the moon anymore. So we're doing
we've done that already.
Yeah, we're doing a Red Planet Ale for that, and then we're going to do a Nova Pale Ale as well. So we'll have a little bit of a lighter offering and a nice malty beer for the gala. And we're really excited about that. We just found out about this a couple days ago. It's very exciting.
So yeah, that's why I just wanted you to bring that up. It's an exciting piece of information. So these guys are basically just starting, and they already have their feet involved. And
you're supposed to have a slow, gradual build, slow start.
We're going to NASA.
I mean,
we're not talking about NASCAR here.
Yeah,
we're calling about NASA.
Right.
So, no, it's pretty exciting news. And then these guys have known each other for a while, and he's brewed at other places before, and decided that they wanted to open their own brewery. So I'm pretty excited about that. And no backers, it's just these three. These are the guys that are doing it. It's coming out of them, and that's why it's a slow start. You don't have a ton of backers behind you giving you all kinds of money.
Right. Vance, we have talked. Everybody who's been in this room since we started this segment, we have asked to launch the Riggs and Guy beer.
Yep.
Guys got a great idea. Riggs and Guy beer. It's got to be an IPA or something, or maybe.
They're still going back and forth on that. But
now that you've dropped the Buzz Aldrin card, and I know he's swung at a guy before, he clocked a guy in the jaw.
Yes.
We're not asking you. No, make a Buzz beer. Do the red beer. That's fine. We're not even going to mess with Buzz. We're hands off on this one. You guys are absolved of any
you don't
responsibility
want
for
Buzz
that.
showing up on your door.
No, I do not want to get punched out by.
Actually,
80.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
I got some questions for that guy.
Oh, do you really?
We'll get you to the event.
We have such a small system. If you guys wanted us to brew something for you and have some special event where we would absolutely be honored.
There you go.
You guys want to come up to the brewery?
You just
do
said it on
something there,
video.
talk about
Absolutely.
tasting notes and what kind of beer you would like, and we'll brew it for you.
Okay, well, that's a done
Sweet.
deal. But Palm Coast is one of those places, too. It's amazing that there wasn't something else up there already. I mean, the fact that you guys are
We
the
intentionally
launch.
chose there because it's hard to find a county where there's not a brewery. And
Yeah.
the market was wide open. It's a nice town. We're from St. Augustine, but Ben and Ashley have now moved down there, and I'm looking to move down too. It's a great place, and the community has been nothing but overly supportive of us being there. It's been great.
Well,
If
I know we have a lot of listeners up there, too, and we know they drink beer, so make sure you patronize Moonrise for sure.
If you guys want to check out what they're talking about, what it looks like, you can go to Facebook/Moonrise Brewing. And that's what I'm looking at right now. And the place it looks phenomenal.
It's amazing.
Thank
It really is. It's got a great atmosphere when you walk in there. It's really
We
really
built
cool.
everything there ourselves. I mean, we're hands-on. I mean,
Yeah.
there was no contractors doing this or that. Like, we built all
crazy.
the tables ourselves,
Jeez.
and we put everything together ourselves.
Yeah, he put the brewery together himself. I'm walking in there. He's got a table being built over here. He's working on the glycol system over here.
Yeah.
And he's got malt coming in the back door. I'm like, man.
We do normally hear like, shout out to the staff. You're like, man, that's us.
Yeah, that's what they said. It's the three of us. And, there one's waxing, the other's varnishing. It was just crazy. It was a whole good thing. So.
Wow. I am okay. Well, the beers were great.
Thank you.
That Buzz Aldrin thing is even better.
It's pretty cool.
I got it. So tell everybody again, date wise.
July 20th, July 21st is the gala down at the Kennedy Space Center at sharespace.org, and it also is the Astronauts Scholarship Foundation is involved as well. So it's scholarships
So
and space
awesome.
exploration and science it's promoting, which we love to be a part of those kind of things.
You're gonna have to dress up for that thing. In
Yeah, it's a black tie affair.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, and what are you
we're
gonna
going as Dumb and Dumber.
Nice. You don't look like you're joking either.
No, they don't, do they?
That was going to be my idea. We got to find something else now.
We can go as Laurel and Stan.
All right. I was going to say Sonny and Cher in formals. Never mind. With the hair, I'll be Cher. I'll share. And Vinny, so eventually, their beer will be
Absolutely. Eventually, their beer will be everywhere to start on draft first.
Love it.
And then probably a year or two before they get into package. And we're definitely going to go. So
I love it.
We're looking forward to it. They got some killer handles made out of recycled skateboards, which look awesome. So they do a lot of that green stuff if you take a look at it and go, which a lot of breweries are getting into. But we're really looking forward to working with them and getting their beer out there and getting everything all set.
Awesome. See, keeping it local. I love it. This is the best. All right. Well, and look, there's still beer in there, guys.
Yeah, but in case you couldn't tell, I already snuck another.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Cheers with an empty. Awesome.